What's going on, everyone? Thanks for checking out another video. Thanks for checking out another video. I had a real adventure a weekend ago, a couple weekends ago, depending on when you see this video. A while ago, had an adventure. The basic premise of the adventure: go to Southfield, get CDs from my mom's house, hug my mother, drive home. That's the adventure. That's the trip. That's the plan. Now, of course, with any adventure, it's not a true adventure if there aren't some side quests. Now, we had a bunch of side quests while I was in Southfield, but none of that is what we're talking about now. The most interesting side quest is the one that happened on the way home from getting CDs and hugging my mom. First off, I'm driving the Lexus. That is the 2005 Lexus LS 430 that used to be my stepfather's, that it was my mom's, that is now mine, and that I've been fixing up. I'm driving the Lexus to Detroit and home because why not? It's a nice car. It's a nice day for a drive. Let's do this. Somewhere between Brighton and Fowlerville, well, really just after I passed Brighton on 96 on the way home, I got a flat tire, like a mad blowout. I get to the side of the road, I get out, I look, and sure enough, this tire is shredded. First thing I do is I whip out my phone, and as traffic is whizzing past me on the other side of the orange barrels, because of course it's in a construction zone, I text my wife, I'm in trouble. It's later in the day, it's not quite dark yet, but it's the season that it's going to get dark and it's going to get cold quickly. So I'm on a timer. I got to move. I got to get something going. I text my wife. I tell her to basically figure out where I am. It's around a curve. It's weird. There's nothing there but the woods, and the woods are creeping me out. The woods are creeping me out. I get the jack out, and it's one of those scissor jacks, and I lift the Lexus up. I get one of the original rims out of the trunk with a full-size tire, so I got a full-size spare. Of course, that thing is flat. We aren't even concerned about that. At least let me get it on the car, because we got one of those inflator machines in the trunk. So I'm still hoping that I can get myself out of this situation. Yeah, I couldn't get that tire on the rim. I couldn't get the rim on the car. I just couldn't get. I could get the bolts lined up, but I was having trouble just actually getting it on the car. My fingers are starting to get numb because when I looked in the car to get gloves, I realized the gloves I normally keep in the car are in the Caddy, not the Lexus. So my normal emergency kit that I have all these things that help me be self-sufficient, not with me. This is a new to me car, so it doesn't have all the things. All right, great. Meanwhile, in all this frustration, traffic is screaming at me. My wife is texting me, and finally I just say, I can't deal with that right now. I'm having trouble thinking. I'm trying to get the tire on. I'm sitting on the ground. My hands are getting cut up. My feet are getting smashed with gravel. I'm laying on the ground. I'm trying to get this thing together. So can you just handle it? Just handle it. Be the hero. Of course she does. They basically kind of, wrap it up together. They put it on the flatbed. They drive me for another, I don't know how far we went, but we get to Fowlerville. We get to the Walmart in Fowlerville. It, of course, is closed. Every place is closed. It's dark. So we tow the car to a Walmart in Fowlerville. They have an auto center. I don't even know what that means. I'm waiting on my bride to come and rescue me. I really enjoyed using the bathroom just now. We're not gonna put that on there, but I really had to pee. And here I am at Fowlerville. I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm cold, I am My hands have a little bit of blood from the cuts. My feet hurt from the rocks. I have just not in any kind of way in a good place here in the dark. But my wife is on the way. She's coming to save me. Still at the Walmart, but here comes the baddie and the caddy, the cavalry. She's coming to rescue me. I'm lucky. Oh, here comes the baddie and the caddy. Oh. Take this bag off. She's coming. Oh, my hero. This chair is weird. My baddie and the caddy. It was very nice. We headed home. I napped. She drove. We've officially completed the first crest. I went to Southfield. I got CDs. I came home. But now we've got a new quest objective, which is get the car from Fowlerville. Next day, go to church. I play at church, and then we set out and we head back to Fowlerville. We get to the Walmart. I walk in. I see the technicians there. They can say, "How can I help you, sir?" And I said, "I am the owner of the oddly parked Lexus," and everybody kind of sighed. I tell them what happened about not being able to get the spare on, not being able to even test to see if the spare was good because it was flat. And he says, "Okay, let's see what we can do." So the epic continues. We're back in Fowlerville. We're looking at the car. Spitting duct tape. We don't know how we got here, but one of the things that's interesting is this now looks like there is a bolt that got sheared off. So that's going to be fun for... Let's see. I don't know if you can tell how that's shot. Yeah. As we're going to put it back on, we realize that one of the bolts is a little bit shorter than the others, and it looks like maybe it kind of sheared off. So we're kind of wondering if that's a problem. We put 4 bolts in instead of all 5, and he basically says, "You just want to drive slow." So we're back in the car, and my man didn't charge me at all for the work that he did. He basically took the tire off the spare, filled it up, put it on the rim, the new rim, put it on. One of the lugs was sheared off. Basically, we're not going to do more than 50, so we're taking the back road. So it's a 2-hour trip home. And I got a good feeling for him, because then I asked him, "Okay, how much I owe you for?" Obviously, this has been a little bit of time. There's been some work happening here. You've had to use multiple machines to rearrange tires. You've invested time. You've invested energy. Nothing. No charge. Just get home safe. Great. We get in the car, and it's a very relaxing ride home. You know, we took the back road, so we went over the river and through the woods, and saw the train tracks, the cows, the buffalo, lots and lots of farmland. We saw where the eggs are made. It was just a really, really relaxing trip. Of course, my wife is in the Cadillac behind me the whole time because she's not letting me out of her sight. It took us about 2 hours to get home, but it was a very quiet ride home. And we rode directly to the tire shop, and I'm not going to say which tire shop because of this next part. I filled out the drop card, I dropped the key, and I left it there and waited for the call in the morning. Got home. We've completed the side quest. There we go. Now, next morning, I get the call, and it's clear this guy does not want to deal with me. He doesn't want to talk to me at all. Why is the car here? He wants me to come get the car right away. And every time I say, "Hey, I need a new tire, I want to put in a rim," he's just trying to quickly, "Okay, get a new tire, put it on the rim." No, the rim won't work. I need a new rim. Well, I don't know where you got these custom rims from. So, yeah, you had to go to whoever you got the custom rims from. I got them from you 2 weeks ago. So you put these rims on this car. I need another one for a spare. And he's very just, when I said that, he said, "Let me call you back." And he hangs up. I get a call back in an hour. He tells me he found a similar rim, and he could put a tire on there and balance it. It'd be great, and I could pick up the Lexus whenever I wanted to, today, that kind of thing. I asked him about the stuff. Oh, that's going to be really expensive. You don't want to wear it. And you only really got a problem if you lose one more lug nut. You're fine. So it's just like, you didn't even, can I be safe? No. Okay. I go pick up the car. I don't talk to the guy I talked to on the phone, but I actually don't talk to anyone. They just say, are you here to pick up the Lexus? Kind of throw the key at me. He's going to order it for you. I'm very dismissed. It's like, okay, I realized the car is in the same spot I parked it in. My wife tried to give the benefit of the doubt, but no, it's in the same spot I parked it in. They looked at none of the other parts. It's like they didn't move anything. They told me that they at least torqued the 4 lug nuts that were on the new tire. At one point they told me on the phone call that the tire was from 2022 is good enough. So I don't know how that is, if it matches the other, because it's a rear wheel drive car. So it's like, okay, you got this new rear tire. Is it better? Is it worse? Am I going to have other wear issues? It doesn't seem that they care at all. And I'm not asking for anything for free. I'm willing to pay you to fix my car. I brought it to you to pay you to fix my car. And it is very clear you don't want to even touch my car. And you don't care what happens to me. So what's the point? One mechanic kind of inherits a problem. I see him. He looks at it. He just wants me to be safe. And the way he went about, the way he carried himself, just seemed like he seemed to care more. The other guy just seemed like I was a bother and I could just go jump off a building. So basically, just from these interactions, I got 2 very different tastes of my mouth. It's like the vibes from both guys is very, very different. Got me thinking. It got me thinking about Jesus talking to his disciples. He talks about be aware of false prophets, but you can know them by their fruits, because the fruit identifies the tree. And if you have good fruits, you can only get that from you can't get good fruits from a bad tree. And you don't get bad fruits from a good tree. So you can judge them by their fruits. Matthew chapter 7, verse 15. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. You will recognize them by their fruit. Are grapes gathered from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? So every healthy tree bears good fruit, but the diseased tree bears bad fruit. A healthy tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a diseased tree bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Thus you will recognize them by their fruits. You take that along with Galatians, where Paul is talking about the fruits of the Spirit versus the fruits of the flesh. Galatians 5, we'll start at verse 16 in Galatians 5. But I say, walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh. For the desires of the flesh are against the Spirit, and the desires of the Spirit are against the flesh. For these are opposed to each other, to keep you from doing the things that you want to do. But if you're led by the Spirit, you're not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are evident: sexual immorality, impurity, sensuality, idolatry, sorcery, enmity, strife, jealousy, fits of anger, rivalries, dissension, divisions, envy, drunkenness, orgies, and things like these. I warn you, as I warned you before, that those who do such things will not inherit the kingdom of God. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. And those who belong to Christ Jesus have crucified the flesh with its passions and desires. Now, I'm not going to make any real judgments about these 2 individuals and where they are. What I'm suggesting here is that a tree can be known by its fruit. A tree can be known by its fruit. There was definitely some aftertaste from both interactions. And I'm wondering, what does that say about them? What does that say about me? Now, the guy from the local tire shop, I'm not going to call out, could have just been having a bad day. Could have been just, it's busy, it's a Monday, just whatever. So I don't want to judge him too harshly for it, because we've all had bad days. We've all had those days where we really just don't want to deal with it. But at the same time, I am going to find a new mechanic, because I don't know if I can trust this shop with the safety of my car or my family in this car, because of how dismissive they were. And there's some other things that go along with that, because this isn't the first time I felt kind of dismissed by this shop. So there's some evidence that maybe this isn't the place for me. But that Walmart in Fowlerville, if you go to the Walmart in Fowlerville and you see a couple of guys working in the tire auto center around back, those guys seem real solid, and I think you can meet them and know who I'm talking about, because I feel like they genuinely care. At least they did for me. I don't know. I guess the takeaway from this is a couple things. I guess number one, I need to make sure all my prepping stuff is in both cars, all the cars. I need to have gloves. I need to make sure I have sufficient tires in all of the vehicles. I need to understand my roadside coverage, because part of the story is when my wife tried to call to get my roadside, apparently the only roadside on my insurance policy is on my son's car. And my son, through his grandparents, has AAA. So the only person who has roadside doesn't need the roadside, and everybody else is out of pocket. So I need to get that situated, number one. Number two, you can judge a tree by its fruit. Huh. And maybe I need to think about what that says about me, what that says about the people. How do I come across on my bad days, giving the guy the benefit of the doubt? What would someone who interacted with me say about that interaction with me? Huh. You always need a third thing. Third thing, listen to your wife. She was mad at me because I didn't let her come and help me immediately. So had she come out to pick me up right when she wanted to, we wouldn't have been driving home in the middle of the night. I probably wouldn't have been as cold, wouldn't have been as tired. Just listen to your wife. That might be self-explanatory. Anyway, until next time, have a good one. Be easy. Peace. I'm glad this happened to me and not to anybody in my family, although this has been kind of stressful, because with all the chaos, I haven't been able to really think. But Kareem was able to get a hold of the towing company and get me at least towed from where I am to the next town, because I am in between on the highway. This is not my adventures.